Hey guys, thanks for joining me. And if you like what you see, please subscribe.
Hello, peoples. I'm actually super excited about this. I don't really have many people calling to ask me to review something for them. And most of the companies are smaller or Chinese companies I don't know much about, but they're on Amazon and they're nothing, whatever. I haven't gotten any name brands. Let's say that. But Wuben has recently contacted me. They make flashlights that I actually really like, and I make reviews of them all the time. And they sent me, and they wanted to send me the X2 Pro, and I said, I've actually already got that. And they said, well, we have something new coming out, and it's the Wuben G5. And I believe this is a $20 Wuben, which is a price point that can't be beat. And they're sending me an enamel pin. Thank you for this enamel pin. That is pretty cool. So we're going to check this out together. I haven't seen this before. Of course, I told them that I am going to be honest about my review, and I'm not going to allow the fact that they are sending me free stuff to affect me at all. And if I recommend it, I recommend it. And who knows? I might give this away to one of my Patreon supporters as well. So Wuben, if you don't know, is a flashlight company, and I do enjoy them. I have often reviewed their knives, and I've often liked their stuff. I've also supported them on they do a lot of, not a lot, but, they do several a year of their Patreon, or what are they called? Where you go online and you become a pledge member, and then they send it to you. I am blanking on the name. All right, so we're going to open this up. First, I'd like to ask you, please, click on that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. Really appreciate it. And if I was wrong about the price of this, then it flashed up earlier. All right, so cool. Very solidly built. So this has a moving neck here, and then it has a magnet down here, and I can tell because it has a magnet symbol. Yeah, magnet there. This is going to be super simple. And then this is a rotary button on the side. So this is kind of, I've seen this from Wuben before in a couple of their other different kinds of models. I don't have them down here. They're upstairs because I use them all the time. And what if you haven't seen a review of mine before, what's going to happen now is I am actually going to, oh, look, that slides open. I'm actually going to pause this video. I'm going to take a look at all its features, then I'm going to come right back and show them to you so I'm not fumbling around. Okay, peoples, I'm back. All right. I've investigated this. I've looked at this. I also looked it up online. Guess what? They sent me something that's actually not on the market yet. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think I got an email from them saying they're going to send me something brand new. It's cheap. I haven't been released. And they asked me what to release this video on a certain date too, to help with their promotion and stuff like that. So that's really cool. So I'm actually filming this at the beginning of March, and I feel like a very lucky boy to have gotten a company that I really respect to send me some gear before it's even released. We're going to go ahead and talk about this. So this has on the side here a sliding switch, which gives you access to the charging port, which is the C-style USB-C, which I like. That's my favorite charging port. And then they have the light mode, and then they have the lock mode. So the lock mode is just this button being all the way down. I do appreciate that. Next, their clip is over here on the side. You pull that out and swing it around, and now it's a pocket clip, right? Or you swing it around over here and it'll clip onto something. Yeah, I do like that, because that means that this can just disappear over here on the side. And sometimes the wire clips on these flashlights are very janky. This is cool. This is different, and I really appreciate the thought that went into that. The light itself has a magnetic bottom and a place to attach a lanyard for. Usually don't put lanyards on my flashlights, but maybe I will with this one because it's so low key. If this is really a $20 flashlight, I am going to be super, super impressed. It's got a little heat sink on the back of this rotating head, and now we're going to go through the modes. So when you click this on, it will assume that you're in one of the modes. Right now it's in the color mode, which is a 10 lumen LED, and or LEDs that change colors. Scrolls through all these different colors here. If I double click it while I'm in this mode, it goes to the beacon mode. And there's several different beacon modes. And if I double click it again, while I'm in that mode, it will. All right. So when I'm in that mode and I double click it, it's now going to blink in the color that I want, right? If I turn that mode off and now I double click it with it off, it's going to go into beacon mode. Right now it's red, blue. And then if I double click it again, it's going to go red, green. And double click it again, it's going to go red, yellow. So there's 3 different beacon modes. Now, if I'm in one of the colors and I want to change over to the white mode, which is an LED that goes up to 400 lumens, I long click once I have it on in that mode, and now it's going to be in white mode. And whenever I turn this on, it's going to be in the white light mode until I long hold again when I'm in white to go back over to the color LED. And again, this goes all the way up to 400, and double click will go to the max. And when I get to the max, it will blink on and off for me, and then it will go all the way down, and it'll blink again when I get to the lowest, which is 10 lumens. Another really cool thing about this is if I hold the power button for over a second, you'll see that the color light will blink, and it'll blink either red or blue. And what happens is that's the battery indicator. So it's blinking 5 times, I think it is. And that tells me that it's above 90% charged. And if it was a steady blue, it would be 100%. If it was blinking red, it's like less than 30% or something like that. And solid red is like less than 10%. Something like that. It gives you a really fast indication of where you're at. None of those modes will work when you have the lock on, which is very cool. And that's it. That's basically it. Very simple little flashlight, and relatively small compared to the other Wuben flashlights that I've gotten. We're talking about 1 3/8 by just under 2.5 inches, 2 3/8, 1 3/8 by 2 3/8. And then the thickness here we're talking about is 1/2 inch. So this is Paul in the future. So I found my X2 Pro. You can see it has the same kind of sidecar. I think they might be the exact same kind of sidecar as the X2 Pro. And just substantially smaller. None of the big 4 LEDs here that do the where you could, these 4 LEDs on the X2 Pro can do near, far, and close points, as well as everything else. And it also has the switch and a couple of similarities, but just as a size comparison, you can see substantially smaller. So pretty darn cool. And this is a very functional rotary piece here. I'm very impressed with it. So, all right, back to your regular scheduled program. This was definitely going to disappear in the pocket. And without the clip, like the clip being a disappearing clip, if you will, I really do like that. This is just going to disappear in the pocket. It can be in the bottom of the pocket, and it's going to be fine. The O-ring sometimes will go bad on these, so they send it with an extra O-ring and a power cable and a lanyard. And the lanyard just goes in here. Just got to pinch this, stick it through this hole here, he says confidently, in hopes that it'll work on camera for the first time. I'm going to have to use a little pokey thing here to pull it out through. And then probably would have worked better if I'd gone from the other side. And then stick this lanyard on here. And now we've got a perfectly usable little lanyard. And it's got this bead on here too, which is for locking it down onto your wrist. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. And if this is really at $20, which the representative that reached out to me told me it was going to be a $20 flashlight, I'm super impressed. This, and if it's not, if this is actually a $30 flashlight, I'm still impressed. At $40, I'm starting to think, that's a little expensive. But if this is truly a $20 flashlight, this might be the best $20 flashlight I've ever seen. I'm highly impressed with this. So thank you, Wuben, for sending this to me. I really appreciate it. I did not let the fact that they sent this to me for free, or that I'm a fanboy of theirs, affect this review, I promise. I just think it's a pretty cool piece of kit. So thank you to my Patreon supporters. As always, please smash that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. It really helps the channel. This will get a full review later on as well, once I've used it a lot. And if you could go ahead and, if you want to become a Patreon member, get a chance to win something like this or a knife. Every single month I do a drawing, $3 a month. You too can win a knife by becoming a Patreon supporter. Oh, here is the other Wuben I had, the X2 Pro. So they were going to send me this X2 Pro. And you can see what I was talking about with the clip. Yeah, so a lot chunkier. And this has big LEDs in the front, and then this little sidecar here, very cool. They've basically just taken the sidecar light, and then made that its own separate flashlight. Very, very cool. Okay. Anyway, thanks, people. I'll see you next time on Sharp Ends. Bye-bye now.